In this Parshat, we learn about the journeys and encampments of the Jewish people during the 40 years that they wandered in the desert, from the moment they left Egypt until they entered the land of Israel. And the Torah enumerates all the places where they encamped during these 40 years. And the Torah begins, these are the journeys of the Jewish people. And the question is, shouldn't the Torah use the term, and these are the encampments of the Jewish people? Because they spend much more time in the locations that they encamped than on their journeys. In the journeys, they would travel a day or two. And when they reach the destination, they would be there for a few years. Why does the Torah choose to say, and these are the journeys of the Jewish people? And the Rebbe explained, the Torah is also referring to our spiritual journeys and encampments. You see, there's two stages. There's the journey, and that is when we are actively working hard to achieve a spiritual level. And then there's the encampment. When we achieve that level and we reach the destination, that's the encampment. And once we reach a high spiritual level, we have a sense of satisfaction and joy. But the question is, what is more important? Our journey, working hard to advance to a new spiritual level, or the encampment when you already reached the level? Says the Torah, the journeys are more important. Since when it comes to our spiritual life, a person may never become complacent and satisfied, even if you accomplish a lot of great things and you reach high spiritual levels, you may never be satisfied. Once you reach one level, says the Torah, now it's time to move on to the next journey, to the next high level, even higher and higher. And when you reach that level, now it's time to move on even to the next higher level, because God is infinite and spirituality is infinite, and therefore we must always move on higher and ever higher, never to rest. As the Rebbe would always say, when a person would tell him about the great accomplishments and so on and so forth, the Rebbe would always say, be happy, but never satisfied, because now it's time to move on to the next station, to the next high level. And in practical terms, it means that every day we can always add more time to study Torah. We can always add in the giving of charity. We can always add in our communal activities for good and holiness. Have a wonderful Shabbos.